The Anunnaki. So this video will be interesting. So I'm gonna just talk about the Anunnaki and these other alien species. Now, I've said in my other videos that this year you're gonna see aliens and UFO sightings, and more information about aliens and UFOs will come out this year, especially this summer. So go watch my predictions video for the summertime and the whole year, because I did predict this stuff happening this year, aliens and alien abductions and UFO sightings, okay? But the Anunnaki. So I don't know much about the Anunnaki, but I do believe they exist. And the story is that the Anunnaki created us, okay? That we come from the Anunnaki. Now, there's still a God, there's still a creator, because if they created us, then someone had to create them, you know? But the story is the Anunnaki, so they are massive, tall, black beings. They're like 7 to 20 feet tall, okay? And they're strong, powerful. They have like abilities to manipulate the weather, cause earthquakes. They're very smart, strong, fast, all that. They're like the real life Kryptonians, okay? They're real life Super Saiyans. But they are black. They are black giant beings, okay? And the story is that they created us. So they came to Earth looking for gold, all right? They needed gold for their spaceships, for their machinery. And the only planet in the galaxy that they had it was Earth. So they came to Africa. And we all know Africa has a lot of resources, gold and diamonds and stuff. So they came across these hominids, like, you know, Australopithecus, the Africanus, Paleoithecus. I think I'm saying it right. So it's like the hominins that look like apes, but people say us where we come from. You know, they discovered these hominids, okay? And the story is that they needed to create a race of beings to help them mine the gold on Earth. So they mixed their DNA with the hominids on Earth DNA. And then over time, you have us, humans, all right? Black people, all right? And that's how we came forth. And so that's the story about the Anunnaki that I know so far, that they created us. And there's a part in the Bible where it says, let us create man in our image. And I thought about that. Like, why would God be like us if it's just him or her? Like, why would you just say us? Why not say in my image? Now people say, oh, well, it's God and the angels. I'm like, okay, that's true. But I don't know, it makes you think. But again, I still believe God created us, you know, in God's image. I still believe that. But if the Anunnaki story is true, I'll be okay with it. I believe it too. Again, there's still a God, there's still a creator, because someone had to create them too, all right? So if God created us, God also created the aliens, all right? But the Anunnaki, they are the only alien species that we know of that we can mix with and interbreed with, because they look similar to us. So basically, if you study like science and eugenics and evolution, the Anunnaki created black people, and over time, black people spread out across the planet. Then you had natives, Asian people, Latino people, you know, just different types of people coming out, you know, evolving and adapting. And then you had white people. The last group of people on the planet are Caucasians, all right? And then they came from eugenics and stuff like that. So if you study science and evolution and history, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't believe that we evolved from monkeys and apes. That's just not true, because if that was true, then how come a gorilla isn't turned into a man right now, you know? But we do have a common ancestor with them. There's a common ancestor. Some people will say it's Sasquatch. Could be. I do believe in Bigfoot. All right, I still want to see one. It could be, you know. But yeah, I don't believe we directly evolved from monkeys and apes. But there is a common ancestor there, though. So, are the Anunnaki coming back to Earth this year? Maybe. Hey, if they came back to Earth this year, that would be really cool. It would be a sight to see. I think they only come back to Earth like every, like, I don't know, 100 or 400,000 years. It would be very cool to see them and scary, because again, they're huge, they're tall, powerful, and they got all these big spaceships. And if you look at ancient Mesopotamian texts, Sumerian texts, they describe these tall beings with all this hair, and they were strong and powerful, and they could do all these amazing things, and they were smart. I think one of them is like the story of Gilgamesh, and how they could pick up lions. They had lions as pets, and they could pick up lions like nothing, like a house cat. Okay, so it would be cool to see them, but again, guys, most people are not prepared for this, for the aliens this year. I'm prepared. I'm ready. Now, would I be a little nervous and scared to see an alien and a UFO like in my face? Yeah, I would. I ain't gonna lie. I would still be like, a little scared or nervous, but I know for a fact that there's other life out there in the universe. I know for a fact that a lot of the aliens, some of them live here on Earth. They're just hiding, in the ocean, in the forest, in the mountains. They look like humans, but they're not human. They're shapeshifters, reptilians and stuff. So I do believe a lot of alien species are already on Earth. The Greys, reptilians, the Lyrians, But, yeah, most people won't be able to handle the information because it won't fit into, like, religion, history, and they'll probably say, oh, it's fake, it's AI. And it's like, nah. So, but yeah, the X-Files will be released. All right, I'm still watching that show, by the way. It's a good show. Prepare now. The Alien, X-Files, everything else will be released. Hopefully they release the files on Loch Ness Monster and Mothman and Bigfoot and Yeti and Chupacabra and Yaren and Sheep Squatch and werewolves and vampires and goblins and just all the other stuff. I believe a lot of that stuff exists. I believe the Mothman exists. I think the Mothman might actually be an alien. I don't know, like an alien or something like that, but definitely a supernatural creature. But I do believe 100% that the Mothman is a real thing. Chupacabra, I believe that. Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, Yeti. Yeah, I do believe that stuff exists. But hopefully they release everything about cryptids and aliens. But we'll see what happens. But, hey, you might see a giant mothership. You might see a giant space mothership out in the sky like how it was in Independence Day. But that movie is coming out this year, Disclosure Day. That movie, Disclosure Day, is coming out this year. So they're telling you guys they're going to disclose the information with aliens and UFOs this year. Okay? But, yeah, guys, do your research on the Anunnaki and the Greys. Now, not all the Greys are evil. Some of them are. There's, like, different Grey species. But the Greys, they love doing experiments on people. They love doing experiments on women. They abduct a lot of people, and they don't communicate with their mouths. They use like telekinesis, or no, telepathy. They use telepathy to talk. Okay, so some Greys are evil, some aren't. The reptilians are evil. Okay, those are the ones that people say, oh, that they're running the world and the government. Probably are. I believe it. The reptilians, they feed off of fear. They eat people. They shapeshift. They have snake tongues. they are one of like the evil alien species in the universe. Okay, so yeah, they they they're different. And then you got the Lyrans. We have the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are like peaceful type. You know, they're like tall, white, blonde-haired beings. And then you have Anunnaki, like I said, and then there's others. There's others too. So I'm just gonna base off what I've researched and just knowing things. But I do believe there's way more life out there in the universe. The universe is, you know, expanding. It's endless, and there's more life out there. Who knows? Maybe some xenomorphs and some Yautja too. All right, but guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe to the video, and get ready. Get ready for the alien and UFOs. All right, for the alien UFO sightings, for them to disclose the information this year of aliens and UFOs. And this summer, it's going to be a lot with aliens and UFOs. And I'm seeing a lot of things happening in Australia. I'm not sure why Australia with the aliens and UFOs, but yeah, get ready. All right, the X-Files will be released. Aliens, UFOs, abductions, all that will happen this year, but mainly this summer. All right, it's been Elijah. I'm out. Take care. Peace.